Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Highland Ridge, Mesa Ridge 371 MBH mid bunkhouse fifth wheel. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to think about when you are parking on your campsite. Leave plenty of room for the slide to come in and out, and even more room for your awning. On your off campsite, I want you to think about not just your slides, but where your power and water connections are going to be. The power is going to plug in toward the front here, your off campsite. And then your docking station for your water is going to be just to the left of that. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive, we're going to unhook our hitch. Coming inside your big storage here, here's your auto leveling system. Simply hold the up and down button together, and that'll bring on your light. Now your front, you can bring up or down. Get your vehicle up out of the way. Once your vehicle's up out of the way, we're just going to touch auto level. Auto level is going to run down all your auto leveling system. It's going to start by lowering your front usually. But once that gets going, your auto leveling system is going to adjust, bring your unit up and down until your unit's level and stable. One thing I did want to come back here and show you and mention on your auto leveling system, make sure that your strong arms are loosened up. There's going to be a strong arm that you can tighten once everything is down. Once you're done, these will come. Once those will stop, this light in here will turn solid, and we'll know that our unit's level and stable. So to save time, while they're going ahead and running down, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to hook up your power. Big 50 amp cord here. The way these cords go on now is they're going to the left, turn to your right. Once they're on, put on your gray washer. At the end of that 50 amp service, should you need to plug into a camp with 30 amp, and your convenience pack will be a 50 to 30 amp reducer. And also, if you ever need to plug into a 110, a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Now see, these take a little time. They're still running down. Just got our power hooked up. Let's go ahead and hook up our water. At the campsites, we're going to hook up down here where it says freshwater connection. This is also where your city water connection is going to go in. We're going to start with your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Come up here to the top. We're going to change this to city. We're going to go red to the left, blue down, black to the right. Now, the last thing we're going to do before turning on that hose is check our hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point, make sure our drain plug's back in. Throw a little plumber's tape around there, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Get the tape on there, get that in there nice and snug, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now, if that hose has been on for a little while, you need to go inside, deploy your slides if you need to. I need you to get in there and open up all your water taps. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them, get all the air out of the lines. Once the air is out of the lines, you got a steady flow of water, shut them off, then you know that you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Now let's say that we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water at a campsite. We're going to go dry camping or boondocking. In that case, we have a two-step process. We're going to start with tank fill. Turn everything to the right so that it matches tank fill. You're going to fill in the same spot. Treat your hot water heater the same way. Make sure it's plugged. Fill that up. Now you're going to go inside, and whether you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, you're also going to watch your fresh water. Once that fresh water is full, remove that hose. Then you're going to switch from tank fill to pump. So turn it exactly the same way it is for City Water Connect. And then when you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump when just hooked up for city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, that about covers everything to hook you up for power and water. And let me walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing here in the docking station, we got our cable and satellite hookups here. 110s. All your hookups for water, city and pump. Your tank fill, here's how you'll set it up to winterize. And there's for your water heater bypass. Got a hot and cold shower out here. Fresh water and city water connection again. Black tank flush, we'll talk about this when we dump our black and gray tanks. Still a convenient area to run your water hoses down through. And this is the hose and pump that you will use when winterizing your unit. Next to that again is your hot water heater. Here you've got your flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. Make sure it's never blocked. And two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. Up here again, your pass-through storage. This is, I believe they replaced your door out here. So here's your original IDs for your trailer. Your propane is up here. Lefty-loosey to open those up. There's your regulator. Continuing down our campsite, underneath here's our low point drain, as well as where we'll dump our black and gray tanks. Going down your slides here. This is access to the back of your fridge, your water lines for your ice maker. There's a vent for your microwave up there. Come around the rear of the unit. Got a ladder, utilize it. Go through a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof, caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You also prep for a Furrion backup camera, device you can purchase from our store that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle. Put another device on this, that'll give you a backup camera on there. Come around your off campsite, or your campsite, excuse me. Again, on your auto leveling system, once them are down, you can tighten your strong arms by tightening them to the right. Just make sure before you bring everything up that you loosen them all. It's a manual override for your slide. Hole for that. Come back over here to your campsite, your big awning, big scare porch light, and your outdoor kitchen. Pull this out. And when you lift this up, that will turn on your gas. Here's your connections for that. You have to pull down and connect to this quick connect here. Next to that, your outdoor fridge. Again, your pass-through storage. A couple outdoor speakers. Your main propanes. Push this to the left, pull it towards you. And here's your main propanes with your regulator. I can do one-handed here. Push this to the left, and then push everything in. Do that when I got both hands open. Your batteries. Check your battery post now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose. This is just a vent for your battery area. And that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Alright, so coming up inside your unit, I always like to point out the fire extinguisher first. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of emergency. Coming up, we're going to hang it right down our hallway. to this little panel down below. It's gonna be our control panel. Let's start up here on the left with our floodlights out front. More lights here. This is our awning light, hallway light. We're sitting right now. Your 2 black tags switch back and forth when you're checking them here. So we'll say we're on 1. Here it shows your brand new battery. Fresh water. This is the one I said to hold down when you're checking your potable water. Black 1, black 2, gray tanks. Down here is all your slide controls. We'll utilize them when closing the unit up. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. And then your water heater over here of gas, over here for electric. And here's your awning light switch. Bring your awning in and out. On your awning, you only want to bring that awning out until you can see that white flap fall down and you can see your silver bar. Now if you're not paying attention, those will, I'm trying to show you through the window here, run themselves out and start to run themselves out backwards. So keep an eye on it. Make sure you don't run it out farther than you need to. Go ahead and close it up here. See it working good. Again, just watch it when you run it out. Make sure you stop it once you see your silver bar and your flap fall down. So down below our control panel is our access panel for your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s in there. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. This stuff here is just a big closet. And let's go ahead and head off into the living room. Right as I come in is going to be a thermostat. Go ahead and crank the air up. There it goes. Now you notice I'll shut the air off. Generally the airs take a couple seconds and they shut off rather quickly. There it goes. I'm going to turn your heat on. Turn your thermostat on. And that cranks up. Now you'll notice when I shut that off, it takes a few minutes for the fan to cycle through before it shuts off on the heat. More lighting here. There's a fan to raise and lower. I'm going to hit raise. I'm going to turn it on. Show you that over here. Come back. Shut that fan off and lower that back down. The island's got a 110 on the side. Big Frigidaire fridge. Your owner's manual will show you more on that. A self-explanatory microwave. Does have a light and a high and low fan. Glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Fold that back. Turn this to light. Hit your spark. There's your flame. Oops. Turn that one back up. Hit that flames. And then this one. Hit the flame. There's all of those working. Same thing on your oven. Shut these off. Just turn this to light, to pilot. Push it and hold it. Light it down here with this spark. And then set it to the desired temperature. No need for a pilot light down under there anymore. Coming into your living room, I want to show you have this strap to strap your TV down for travel. Side here is going to be all your remotes. Start by turning your TV on. While I do, I'm going to tell you, when you arrive at different campsites, go onto your menu on here, go to channel scan, run a scan for your local channels to pick up whatever local channels you can. See if we get to come in this old metal building here. Something to come in. That off. Down below that your soundbar, stereo system, if you're on AM, FM, Bluetooth, DVD, CD player.
Or remodeling one. Visit
Dual zone indoors or outdoors.
Materials built to last. Casey.
Again,
98 Casey.
AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth compatible. Nice sound system. Down below your fireplace. So make sure this is up to on, and then you can turn it on here. Not just for looks anymore. I can make it brighter, dimmer. The biggest thing though is the heat. Crank that heat up. It's chilly in here in the morning or evening. If you're plugged into a campsite, get this heat cranked up and it will get it toasty in here in no time by using their electricity instead of your heat. Instead of your propane. I'm going to show you quickly how to set the sofa up into a bed. Best to stand in the middle. Remove your Velcro back. Lift up the center. Open these bars out. And then fold your back down. And just that quickly, you got a sleeping quarters. Now, the most important thing on this is make sure that you lift the back up first. Otherwise, you could damage your sofa. Fold your legs in. Jackknife this down. And just that quickly, you're back to a sofa. Turning around to your island. Got a 110 here, and down below that is going to be your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Now, the reason I mention that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, boondocking somewhere, nothing plugged in charging your battery, use your battery disconnect if you're going to be gone all day to keep this running your battery down. Got your recliner sofas. Simply reach inside here, pull on the parachute pull, and that'll recline these. Light heat and massage on it. These here's your emergency escape windows. In case of emergency, grab this plastic, rip it out, push your window out. Your dinette does have an extension. Your chairs, make sure you get them strapped down for travel as well. Go into your mid bunk room. Sofa opens up the same way. Take off your back cushions, lift the front up, fold the back down. Prep for a TV in here. There's your backup for TV, cable and 110 up there. Down your hallway, this will pop out here so you can climb on up to this bunk area. But it also has its own hand crank open exhaust, couple of charging ports there, and set up for a TV backer up there. Continuing down the hall into your bathroom, a couple things to mention in here. For travel, make sure that your shower is snapped open and this door is snapped open. 110 with GFCI reset right there, and a little plumbing to maintain. This PEX, just keep an eye on it. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose as you go down the road. Again, we're bouncing the house down the road. You want to keep an eye on things. You have a power exhaust but hand crank open vent here. In your bedroom, you're prepped for a TV here as well. Some storage under your bed. Big closet for storage. You got some individual lighting up here. And this should be a separate thermostat strictly for your air back here. Crank that up. And shut that off. That about covers everything on the inside. I think you're prepped for a washer and dryer in here. Nope, just a big closet. But you are All set to go here. A really nice unit. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. A few things like back here in your closets. Go ahead and make sure your closet doors are snapped, in this case closed. Shut off the little individual lights. Another door to make sure you have snap closed. Snap open your shower door. Make sure all vents are closed. The one up in your bedroom, one's back here, and the one in your living room. Last thing out here in the hallway is a control panel. You can do your auto leveling from here, but everything else, okay, we're out of stroke, can't use it up here right now, but everything else is just information on your RV. My RV, how to, troubleshooting, owner's manuals, all kinds of things. All right, the door back closed here. I'm gonna come into my main area here, shut off those lights, come to my control panel, shut off every other light that I know of. Now I know all the other lights in this living room. So what that's gonna do now, it's gonna bring all these up. The last one coming up over here. Again, make sure you've loosened up your control arms. Once them are up, hook up your hitch by simply now just raising our front, getting our vehicle up underneath, hook up. Raise our legs, raise our landing legs, and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be in front of your tires on your off-camp side. Got a 10-foot hose coming to your convenience pack. Get there, hook that up, come back up here to your docking station, and pull your black handle. That's going to be your sewage waters. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, you can go inside and check the levels of your tanks. Once it's empty, grab that hose at your dump station, leave this black handle open, hook that hose up, and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose, make sure all the washout that you just put in there has went out, and then close this black tank. Once that's done, open up your gray tank. It's going to be cleaner water as your sinks, your shower, so that's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Once that's done, close that gray, come down here, and then we're going to pull this gray. That's going to be your outdoor kitchen from the other side. While that gray is going, go ahead and dump your low point drains. When them low point drains are done, if you're done for the season, come up here to your hot water heater, lift up on this pressure release valve. Now it's going to dump some hot water out of there. When that's done, close that, and then you can pull your drain plug down here for the residual hot water. That gray is done. Close that gray up, grab your sewage hose, come on to the back of your unit, and yours, instead of storing it in the bumper, actually has a sewage hose storage container. Back behind that will be your spare tire that I forgot to mention earlier. And that about covers everything. Head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Mesa Ridge for many years to come. Happy camping.